Alright, let's wrap these mothers. Most delicate wrapper leaf I have. Good old-fashioned Cameroon. Held. It's not the prettiest leaf for sure. I mean, as far as like non-holiness, but I honestly don't mind that because I know I'm going to need a donor or two because you see how small these leaves are. They're tiny little dudes. So fragile. Let's do one more. Oh, one more is all that's left. It's definitely not the most perfect wrapper. It's actually a set of binder that I got. And these are the some of the best looking leaves out of the bag. Shoot. All right. That's going to be the donor. This leaf is fragile. Lord, is it fragile. This is one of those wrapper leaves that you really have to treat with respect. Slow and steady. Your movements are very deliberate. But it is one of my favorites. All right. And let's see what yellow and green gave us. There's only 6 in here. I didn't fill the tray, as you remember from earlier. Oh, they look good. They look really good. All right. Perfect. Put that over there. Pulling the first wrapper. Stretch it out as best as we can. As gently as we can. 5 and 5 eighths by 42. This tip is really soft. It's going to nip it off. And since wrapping what I'm already going to cut off. And this leaf is pretty short, so shoot, very fragile as you can see. Not too shabby. And immediately, as expected, we need the donor leaf. Came out pretty good though. Alright, where did I put the donor? And of course it's in the other stack. There's my donor. It sucks because that's a big leaf. Should be enough here to do these. Still plenty here to make a cap with, though. It's the right one. Too much on it. And I put the wrong side down first, so that's on me. go. All right. A couple little holes in this one I got to work around. No big deal. Same thing. Not enough for a cap, for a flag, but definitely enough for a cap. But we have a dough now. So good to go there. A little bit extra to emulsify the cap. That'll tighten up nicely. All right. I hear catharsis on the TV. Pretty much need all of this leaf. Minimal trim out. Great looking bunches. No big heavy lines. That was a lot. I try to give it a little tug, just the lightest little tug that flattens out some of these edges. But as fragile as this leaf is, it just tears. So just have to rely on the old twisting pressure. Same thing. Enough room for the cat, but not for the flag. So back to the donor we go. Shoot, even the donor leaf is tanny. That's not going to be enough, though. And the flag will hide your sins. Unless you get a little piece like that, I reach up and a little snippy snip. Okay. Man, glue is like super sticky this morning. Reset. Clean board. 3 down, 3 to go. Leaf with a big old hole in it. As I was saying, this Cameroon wrapper is so fragile. So as I asked earlier, what are you guys smoking? What are you into? What cigars bring you joy? What's part of your ritual? Leave it down in the comments. Do you like to smoke in the morning, with coffee? You smoke at lunch? You smoke at the end of the day? You only smoke on Friday? I'm always curious what other people's rituals are. This dude's a little bit too tight on the draw, so I'm going to sit him over here for just a couple of minutes while I work on these other two. Nice firm cigar. That draw can loosen up just a skosh. It tends to happen. I tend to overpack these a little bit. Ah, that one's fine. Tip nipped off. Might be able to squeeze a flag out of that, maybe. Get off my finger. Well, look at that. A hole I made from one leaf. 2 left to go. Big leaf, it's in excellent shape. Awesome. Sometimes with the ones that you overpack, if you let them sit out of the mold for a couple of minutes, they'll expand just enough to really open the draw up. I like a very light draw, well, not a very light draw, but a light to medium draw. I don't want to have to squish my face to take a draw off of it by any stretch. So I take that draw thing very, very seriously. Almost did it backwards, didn't I? We got a nice vein line at this time. This ought to be a pretty cigar. Come on, unravel for me. Oh, we broke the flag. No big deal. Try to use the natural curvature of the veins. Makes it considerably easier to cut a flag. Yep, there you go. That's how fragile it is. I literally tore it, just barely twisting it around. And now it really wasn't long enough for a cap, but I mean for flag, but we made it work. And you snip this off anyway when you go to light it, so not a big deal. Video that's on in the other room is talking about wrapping. I think anybody can learn to do this. I really do. It's just about the time and the dedication it's going to take to do it, and then the focus. You have to want to do this. This is not something that, you know, you're just going to be like, oh, one Sunday afternoon, I'm going to learn how to roll cigars. It's practice and learning, and one of the wonders of ADHD, I call it a superpower. It's not a hindrance in any way. It's a superpower. There we go. Number 5. Now time to clean the board again. Considering we only have the one left, I want the best bloody leaf in here. I think that might be it. It's not the biggest leaf, but it is the most consistent. And that is what we're after. I see why this leaf is so precious. I get it. I mean, out of all the leaf that I have, between the Nicaraguan, the Dominican, the Ecuadorian, this seems to be the most precious. Definitely the most sought after. Would love to have more of it in bigger pieces, and, you know, Segoviso and Ligero. But unfortunately, what we can get is home rollers or event rollers is binder, but the binder isn't good enough, is of high enough quality that you can squeeze a wrapper or two out of it. And if you have a few busted ones, you put those aside till you get enough of them, and then you use them as filler. I got some over here drying that are, I'm going to call them Perros. They're pretty close. Some of it's a little jacked up, but I added some other stuff for, what did I add? No, I didn't add anything. They are Cameroon Perros. But they're going to take a while to dry because honestly, they were overcased. That's my fault. I let them sit in the bag too long. And I got a different spray bottle, and it made a big difference. The finer mist really plays a better game at moisturizing and hydrating the wrapper versus just spraying a bunch of water on it. Actually gives it the ability to really take its time and soak in real nice. I need some finer scissors. I'm not going to mess with that. It's above anyway. Not going to worry about it. Once again, because the leaves are so small, not enough for a flag, we have a donor. Well, this one I ought to be able to easily get a big flag out of, and the flag did actually do 2.5 times around. Let's start over here. Very slowly drag it through. I think have learned so far is there are traditional ways to do it, and then there's adapting it to what you can do. Like how I cut the edges of my Chivetta, because it better fit what my hands and my brain wanted to do. At this point, for cutting a little fine detail and just for the nice long fat cuts. Works quite well for me. You have to figure out what works for you. I mean, technique is technique, base is base. It's like anything else you do in life. There are some basic traditional stuff that you need to do or should do. And after that, you have to adapt those traditions to what, well, I'm going to use the words your method. But most importantly, is just have fun with this. This is relaxing and calming. And learn that you don't have to nail this second edge like perfectly every single time. Because when you go to twist this, it's going to separate them. So what I try to do is kind of get them as close as possible, knowing that when I twist the tip on it like that, it's going to stretch it to the correct, about roughly 1/8 of an inch around the cap. And my caps are not perfect, at least not with this leaf. It's starting to dry out in here. Where'd the humidifier go? I've had the door open too long. I'm starting to lose humidity in here. All right. These caps did not play nice today. Well, I think I'm losing the humidity in here. There we go. 6 more wrapped for the drying rack. Thanks for watching, everyone. You guys tune in, and I'll get them up as fast as I can. We'll have some good times. And like I said, you know, send a comment down below. And if you feel like subscribing, please do. All right. Talk to you guys later. See ya.